So I don't think we need to do a sound check. I think it's good.
Okay, so do you want to stop this recording and let's restart real quick?
No, let's just go. Let's just go.
Are you sure for editing purposes you're not going to throw something in that's not supposed to be there?
Yeah, for sure. Hello, all of you beautiful messes out there. That's right. I called you out. We're all messes. I did my makeup today because I was feeling extra messy. Stephanie's just feeling normal today.
I feel like a bum. What's new?
And this is another episode of Are We Having Fun? I'm Kaehla.
I'm Steph.
And we're going to cope through life the only way we know how, which is one adventure and a cocktail at a time. So, Stephanie, I know what we're drinking today, so I'll just go right into it.
Yes. We're drinking. Tell the story of how we found
Dads. It too. Yes. Okay.
Happy Dad seltzer.
We're drinking Happy
What's
Dad seltzer.
What's the name of the guys that started this? Nelk Boys?
Nelk Boys. Come on. Okay.
I've only seen their videos a couple times, but Kaehla and her boyfriend are apparently obsessed.
Parker is obsessed. So I went to 2 different states looking for this drink. Okay. I started in California. It was 2 or 3 weeks after the seltzer actually released. And the liquor stores were like, girl, you are late. I'm going to try to find the footage to that because I tried to record a video for it and I never released it. I never showed Parker either. But they're like, girl, you are late. We had 900 cases and they all sold out in like 45 minutes. It was ridiculous. Okay.
Well, you're in California too. And aren't they like over there?
Yeah. So
it makes sense.
Like, they were only in California at the time. Maybe in like a couple other states like Nevada, like whatever's bordering California. But it was like everybody wanted this. I mean, obviously hyping them up. I have nothing to do with the Nelk Boys, but they are like one of the top YouTube groups, I think, right now. So it was like a big deal to find this Happy Dad for Parker. And so
at this tiny little liquor store in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. So then basically one of the guys, Steve, he's actually from where Stephanie lives, over by UCF. And so when he said, I'm coming home and I am opening Happy Dad to Florida, I was like texting everybody, Stephanie, my mom,
I got
my
this
sister,
text like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
They're like, find this. Find this seltzer.
Find this seltzer. Please find this seltzer. I need it. I will pay for the shipping, whatever it takes. Like, I need this seltzer. Actually, okay, wait. Pause on the story because I actually did take a sip and I really like the pineapple. Wasn't too sure about some of the other flavors, like when we first drank it.
Yeah, let's give an honest review.
Yeah.
So I've only tried 2. We tried the watermelon when we first got the pack. Mm-hmm. Honestly, was not a fan. It was very... I don't know. It didn't taste like watermelon to me or like watermelon that I'm used to.
It didn't really taste like much at all. And I think that's kind of maybe the beauty of it. But like people don't want a lot of fizzy. So like that's been a review.
It's definitely less fizzy. But also read the can really quick. Doesn't it say something about like electrolytes or something like that in it? There's like vitamins or I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I
feel like this is not. Mm-mm.
Okay, just kidding.
With electrolytes. Oh yeah, it says it right on the top.
Electrolytes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then I tried the lemon lime one. I had it yesterday and like it wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I don't know. Sorry, no offense to the Nelk Boys, but
it definitely
not really a fan of yourself.
Actually, it's funny because this isn't the only time I've tried a pineapple flavor on the podcast. And I'm not really like a pineapple flavored girl. Like I'm much more citrusy, like not so sweet. But with this Happy Dad seltzer, pineapple has been by far the best flavor that we've tried. So
dang it, I need one of those.
Yeah,
I wish one to me, just one can.
Yeah, I should have given you some. Honestly, if I had been 4.5 pounds lighter in my suitcase, then I wouldn't have had to pay extra
You're talking
baggage
about your
fee.
body. I'm like, what does that have to do with
No,
anything?
I had to bring this on the plane, like to get back to
Oh, true, true,
Minnesota.
true. Oh
So,
my gosh. Well, enjoy it. At least you finally got it. And did Parker try it? Did he like it?
oh my gosh, no, I just opened the box. Honestly, he just took a picture
Oh,
with it. He hasn't even tried it yet.
okay.
Anyway, it's been like what, 2 days? So, I mean,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
Get in there.
So, we haven't had time. Anyway, so yeah, I sent these texts to Stephanie, my mom, my sister, like anybody who I thought would make a run to the liquor store for me. I'm like, please keep an eye out for these. They are the hottest thing. Like I'm like a salesperson for Happy Dad or something, apparently, because
You're like a fangirl
they
for a
never
seltzer.
found they never found the Happy Dad. Okay. Not that I wanted them to like go looking for it, but like if they stumbled upon it, whatever. They never
We did
found
not
it.
look for it.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, fast forward to my trip to Florida. Okay, so last episode we talked about Halloween Horror Nights. Well, we ended the week with a photo shoot for Are We Having Fun? So can't
Woo!
wait to
Pictures to
spice
come.
it
They
up
look
for the
awesome.
podcast. Yeah. And
We look
so
so professional.
yeah, it looks really, really good. And we took some fun photos by ourselves. And honestly, Stephanie's a model now. So congrats to your first photo shoot.
Please.
I hope you do more. Actually, this is like your second photo shoot.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
did. Shout out to David. He was our photographer. I've done a photo shoot with him before. Just
yeah.
like, but it wasn't like in a studio. It was just like downtown Orlando, like by like some walls and some murals. So
Yeah.
this was
But
like a
it's
studio with
super,
like studio lighting. It was like professional.
it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, I've also worked with David before, and well, we knew him outside of photography, but it's fun to go on this journey with friends who are like getting into the same creative outlets,
Yeah, like
or
different outlet,
similar,
but
yeah,
same. Yeah,
similar creative
same,
outlets.
but different.
Say exactly. Pineapple Express. I'm just kidding. I held up the pineapple. Happy Dad. So anyway, yeah, I actually did end up using one of his photos to send to my agent to be like, yeah.
Good.
I updated my photos, like here, and then
Yes.
just like
I can't wait to
send
go
them
through
on.
them all. I'm going to send them
Um,
all to Kaehla and we're going to upload some, but they're
yeah.
awesome.
Well, we're gonna like spice up the cover photo. So I mean, guys, this is
We got some
becoming
things coming for
legit.
you.
This is becoming legit. We're actually like making this a legit business and we're talking business with each other, and it's crazy. We've never done anything like this before. And we're just taking it like one step at a time. We're not trying to like rush it or do anything wrong because
Yeah.
that's the last
We're
thing we
just
want.
flowing with it.
So anyway, so our photographer brought Happy Dad to the photo shoot, and he's like, "Yeah, like my local lickle,
My
my
local
lickle,
local
my
has it.
local liquor store." It's not good.
Kaehla's drunk. She's half a seltzer and she's already drunk.
Not even like 3 sips. The local liquor store was carrying them, but because they're such a hot item, they were keeping all the cases behind the counter. So basically, you have to ask for them. So
Oh.
yeah.
You
So
didn't even see them when we walked in there.
no, I walked up to the counter and I was like, I was told to ask you for Happy Dad behind the counter. Like it was
Oh. How would you
super.
even know then? How did he even know to ask him?
I, well, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's why I'm like, apparently I'm like a spokesperson for them now, like unofficially, because he heard about it through you asking or something.
Well,
How
he
did
sent me, I don't
just
know.
he
Sorry,
randomly
this is
sent you?
internal dialogue. He sent me, well, he knows he wanted to find them too because he's obsessed with the Nelk Boys also. And he
Okay.
found them and he sent me a text. He's like, oh, look, these were at Nightly Spirits, which is
Like,
the name
how
of
did
the
he
store.
know that you
But
knew
how would
about
he
them?
know if they were behind the counter? So somebody else must have told him. It's probably like a
Yeah.
word of mouth thing.
Well, yeah, that's exactly how like
David,
crazy
weigh in
these
on
things
this.
are.
I'm talking to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, David, please help us out. We don't know what's happening on your end, but basically, it was like a beautiful, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful night.
It was it was gorgeous.
And then
And
we
then we had
ran.
sushi after. We had like a
Oh
little
my
date
God,
night. It
yes.
was cute.
Yes. And oh my God, we went all out. And actually that's the premise for this episode too. We like had all these ideas because of this night out. But anyway, so after the photo shoot, we ran over to that liquor store and I was like, I only need one case, but please give me one case. And then turned out buying like one case of Happy Dad, 2 cases of Onda, which we had on one of the podcast episodes, and they released new flavors. So
those were good. We
I
had
was
some of
just a
those.
happy little funt.
It was just a
Happy little
happy
fun
Onda
aunt.
day.
Oh my God. Speaking of aunt, I feel like one because all of our friends are having kids and I'm dying. They are so cute. Seeing everybody like growing their
Everyone
families.
has a kid or is pregnant or just got married.
I just went to a gender reveal.
And Kaehla and I are like,
our
let's
friend
start
Daniela.
a podcast.
Yeah, let's start the podcast is our child, okay? So to all our friends who feel like sisters to us, you're now the fun aunt, okay? Or the funkle, whatever you want to be. So anyway, we have a fun episode for you today because we are going to talk about growing out of toxic situations. All right. We're talking about happy dads here, like legit happy dads, not like toxic happy dads. Okay.
And they're not happy.
Yeah, they're not actually happy. It's fake. Okay. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that, I think. And then we're talking about friends growing up. So I'm super excited because we are old. We're old. And we're talking about things that really matter in life. We're not just talking about partying all the time, although we will talk a little bit about that too. Because I feel like
there's always a little bit of that thrown in.
I think we need to tell you guys what happened on Friday.
We're talking about growing up party.
Yeah. So anyway, super excited for this episode. So let's get on into it. Okay, so let's just like back to this night, Friday night. We get our photo shoot done. Stephanie is craving sushi. So we decide to go to the one and only Sato Sushi of Orlando, Florida, the very first restaurant I ever worked in. Fabulous place. And what a night that started. Because
what a night, dude.
First of all, we had gone to the liquor store and I wanted to save the happy dads for Parker.
Well, hold on. Picture this. It's like 7 p.m. We leave the liquor store with 3 cases of alcohol, like 2 cases of Onda because they were BOGO. And
I leave with
happy
3.
Dad.
You leave with more.
Kayla left with 3. I left with a whole beer, like a big bottle of beer,
like
plus
15%
something else.
beer or something.
Yeah. So, and it's like 7 p.m. and we literally bought it. We walked outside and we were like, why did we just buy all of this? Like, what are we planning to do?
Like, we were planning on going out. So we're like, okay, we just spent like together cumulatively
like $50. So we're like, well, we have to buy this.
No.
Or we have to drink this.
I spent $50. Like,
oh my gosh, dude. We're a mess.
Yeah, we were like
continued to go out and drink more. So.
We were like, why did we just do this? We're not young. We're not going to drink all these drinks. I'm leaving in literally 2 days. There's no way I'm going to get through these drinks, but okay, I might as well gift you guys with these drinks because I'm not going home with them. Like those are like 20-pound boxes. Maybe not. No, not 20 pounds. But like total 20 pounds, like I can't fit those in my suitcase. What am I going to do? Go home to my parents and be like, hey, just shipping home all this alcohol.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
No. I only wanted to take home the Happy Dad just because it is so exclusive. Like, I don't know what we were thinking.
Anywhere.
It was like buy one, get one free cases. So we like went too crazy. So
we got all of that. We go eat sushi. At dinner, we had like a couple sushi rolls and then we had sake because they had it on draft, which is like a rice wine. So we drank sake.
It was honestly really good.
Yeah, it was really good. We were there. I was like, you can't not have sake if you're going to go like all into this, you know?
Okay, wait, let's talk about this roll.
Oh, the Corona roll. How fitting. It was delicious.
So basically, this restaurant I worked at years ago. I don't even know how many years ago. And when I was in high school, I knew some people that worked there. It was, back in the day type of place. So obviously they've changed their menu in the last 10 years. And Stephanie's like, I've never been here, so tell me what to get. And I was like, Stephanie, I don't recognize anything on this menu. They completely changed everything. I was like, this is what I used to order. They don't have any of the same stuff. So we're like, we're just gonna get whatever
Wing
sounds
it.
right. And we got this like bao bun, which
Oh,
can't go
I'm
wrong with a
freaking
bao bun.
obsessed with
But it
bao
was like,
buns, dude.
it was pork belly. So the theme of like
Automatically good.
my week was like pork. I had so much pork. I felt like kind of like gross
Felt like a
thinking about it.
porker.
Oh. um and then we got this Corona roll, which we honestly sat at the sushi bar. So we're talking to the sushi chefs and we're like, what do people order nowadays? We're talking to the server. What do people order? And they were like, honestly, everyone gets the Corona roll. But it was the best thing on the menu. It had the best fish. It had the
It
best
was
toppings.
so good.
It was
It had like
so good.
jalapenos. It was like a well-rounded roll.
Yeah, like everything you would want in a sushi roll, it was in it. Even shrimp, even fish, like everything all in one. So honestly, highly recommend that place. I'm gonna think about it forever because
Yes, I'm gonna go back and get it, even though you're not here.
I need to find some bougie sushi somewhere. Bougie, bougie,
Ooh,
bougie sushi. That's my
that's a
style.
good name. Start a restaurant. So then, where did we go after that?
I
We finished
could.
dinner. Oh, and then we went to my boyfriend's a server at a steakhouse.
Oh my
So
God,
we went to
yes.
go visit him, which is inside City Walk. So we go to
Universal
City
City
Walk.
Walk.
We have a couple apps because we know we're in for a night of drinking. And what do we have? A smoked old fashioned. We just keep this drink train rolling. So we
Gosh, I
have a
gotta
smoked
post
old
that
fashioned there. It's like
too.
the whole thing where it's like he like lights the wood on fire and then they put the glass in it. So like the smoke from the oak gets in there.
We're bougie
So
as
good.
fuck.
I know, but it was so
It was
good.
so good.
So then we
And then
drank
what else?
that,
We had a dip. It was a
a
trout dip.
trout dip, and
Oh
you
my
had oysters
gosh.
Rockefeller.
Oh yeah.
How were those, by the way? They were cooked?
They were I don't know if they were cooked. I don't think
I
so.
think you said they're not raw. So
Oh,
must have
well, they
been
had like breadcrumbs and cheese and all this stuff on top of them. It was so good. Honestly,
that's so
though,
good.
nothing beats like a good Blue Point oyster from New York or like something. I'm so
Well, you're
spoiled.
bougie and it's not, yeah, you
Honestly, and
can't
then we
expect
had
that.
I had the oysters when you came to Minnesota. I'm still searching for my oysters. I'm still
Yeah, you
searching
had,
for them.
oh yeah, because, okay, never mind. I'm getting off topic. So, yeah, so we ate there, wrapped that up. Now it's probably like 11-ish. Yeah, it was 11 because they were closing.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
wait,
we
Mark was
decide,
like, "Please leave because I want to hang
yeah,
out with you
because he's
guys.
like, I'm
Please
trying to
leave."
hang out, so please leave so I can clean. So then Kaehla got a text from her sister. She was
Wait, no, you
downtown.
had baked Alaska though.
Oh yeah, I had baked Alaska. And okay,
Yeah.
if you don't know what that is, it's the best dessert known to man.
Like, do not leave out any details of food.
It's so good, dude. Like baked Alaska, it's like a Oreo cookie something base with Neapolitan ice cream, so chocolate, vanilla, strawberry ice cream on top, covered in meringue, and then they pour a shot of like some high proof rum and light it on fire.
Oh my God.
It sounds
What
intense.
did we
It's
get
absolutely
into?
delicious.
It is
Yeah.
intense.
And
It
I
is
honestly
really
tasted the
intense.
rum from that. So I'm going to count that as a drink too.
There we go. There we go. So we're on one. Okay, yeah. So my sister was downtown. Honestly, we were so scared she would leave because
Because it's hard to hang out with her.
it's hard. It's hard. Like everybody's on their own
elusive.
wavelength. So anyway, we meet up with her and go to a few bars and girl, I don't know how I ended up at downtown 3 times in the week I was in Florida because I cannot handle that. Like the only reason why I wanted to go downtown was because my sister was there and because one of our other friends, Joe, was there, but we never found him because Stephanie's lovely phone died before we went anywhere.
Dude, I need to get a new phone. It dies at all the important parts of my life.
And we couldn't get a hold of him because he wasn't on Snapchat. That was the only way I had contact with him.
You're like, he's not answering.
Yeah. So we
go downtown, we meet up with her sister, and we just do what we do best, which is bar hopping.
Yeah, we just bar hop. And honestly, it's like when you get to 26, okay, and I'm not speaking for the normal 26-year-olds that go downtown. I'm speaking for like us
To
26 year
us.
olds.
You're speaking to us.
Like when I go downtown or when I go out, it's for like 2 hours and then I go home. So usually we hit a bar, we hang out, we leave. Like we're not bar hopping usually, or even if we do bar hop, we're home by 12 or something because we're like, these bars aren't doing it. It's not the vibe we want. Let's go home. Okay. I'm going to get into the disaster of the time I stayed out until 2 o'clock in Minnesota in a later episode, but I don't want to stray because we don't have a lot of time today. So remind me to do that. But anyway, so this night we finished the night at 3 a.m. and I'm dying. Like I'm literally dying the next day because when you go out in Orlando, it's just shot after shot. Like there's no, you don't just like sip a casual drink. You like go out and you like rally. And it's just so unhealthy. Like it really is. But like when you're in it, you can't avoid it if you're there for that reason. Like you don't go downtown to just have a casual night. You go downtown to get lit. And so we're like at these bars where people are just, I don't know. I would not have ordered shots, but they were coming at me left and right. And green tea shots, white tea shots. And every bar has a different DJ. And I'm like talking to the DJs, like, I remember when you used to DJ at so and so bar. And they're like, oh my God, way back when. Like, it's like my adrenaline is pumping. I'm remembering what it was like to be 21 again. And I'm not 21 again. So the next day I was just dying.
Oh my gosh. That was like the
But
most that we've done, like gone out and drank and stuff that we
mhm,
have together in a while.
yeah, it was really fun. We wanted to go to the Halloween bar, but they were making us wait so long that it wasn't even worth it. So I'm glad
It was
Stephanie,
10 minutes. We were just at that point where we are like,
yeah,
screw it. We're going to go over here.
yeah, we were not ready to wait for that. Stephanie went at a later date sometime before we recorded this episode. So we got the Halloween into us in a different setting, but this night was all about just downtown
Just
poorhouse.
just
I
having
feel
a good
like
time. I wanted to dance. I know I
patio.
kept saying that at every bar we went to. I was like, I want to dance. I want to dance. Take me to dance.
Yeah. So we ended up at this bar where we used to dance, and there's like one, two, three, four bars attached to one. And we always go there to dance. Like there's EDM upstairs, there's a chill bar in the front. It's
Well,
called the
it's like pop radio music in one area. There's EDM
yeah,
upstairs, and then there's like rap and like
yeah,
hood music inside.
like
So
it
whatever you're
is
feeling, whatever's
my
the vibe,
favorite.
you will find something
No,
there.
the jungle room is always my vibe. And we were in there and we were up on the, I remember we went up on the, there's like these like stadium things where like they allow girls to like get up and dance and do their thing. And they were kicking all the guys off because we wanted to get up. The bouncers were just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
making
yeah.
all the guys leave.
They
And
only let the girls up there.
we're like, this is our time. It is so funny. It was honestly so fun. And okay, so this kind of brings us into I want to talk about like how we've grown so much because when we used to go to these bars, we used to like and you know, my sister's younger and it's a little different for her. She's definitely where we were like back in the day. But we used to get a little bit rowdy. Like we were not I don't know how people dealt with us. Not like just we as in the two of us, but like everybody we hung out with was just like a mess, like a complete disaster. And so like I don't even know why, but we thought it was okay to black out. Like we were in this like group setting, like college, like I don't know, where we thought it was normal to go out and black out. Like that was a solid night. If you don't remember anything, like that's not good.
That means you had a good time if you
Yeah.
don't remember what happened.
Yeah. I had to learn the hard way that that is not normal and everybody around me was not normal. But like literally everyone around me was not normal. So I thought it was normal. And we used to get in fights and
Oh,
and like
gosh.
we were surrounded by people who were just like, when I say toxic masculinity at its finest, oh, hello, Mark.
Aw.
Good morning. We're going to say hi because we're talking about how we've grown so much and we found the best men in the world.
Oh.
But you can't listen right now. You have to listen when the episode comes out.
Okay.
So leave. No, I'm kidding.
Turn the TV down.
Oh, is the TV on? I can't hear it.
No, he's gonna put it on.
Oh,
In
okay.
3, 2,
1. And it's Avatar.
No, really. No, really. That was on last night.
I know. He loves
Damn it, we're
Avatar.
so predictable.
He loves putting on Avatar for the dogs. That's what I learned when I was down there. But I'm like, also, I love Avatar.
Yes.
So anyway, we used to like go out and like it was just we had to be rough, we had to be rowdy. Like that was just normal. And that's kind of like how so when we went out, I was a little bit relieved because the people we did run into that I know, they were all like, "Oh, I've moved out. Oh, I've moved on. I don't go out anymore. This is once in a blue moon." Like everybody just happened to be in Orlando this week. Everybody just happened to be going out this week. And so the people we did run into, it was like okay, like good. It wasn't like crazy. Maybe it was, but like we didn't like feed into that, whatever. It was like a relief. But we used to just hang out with people that wanted to literally fight. Like, what do you?
Well, it wasn't like they wanted to fight. It was they got too drunk and then they couldn't control their
Insecure.
emotions.
It was the.
So it was like
Excuse
angry
me.
drunks.
No, it was like the
There was a taste of
insecure.
that on Friday too.
Well, and but like the thing about that is like you're young, okay? You grow through that, whatever.
Right. And I think that's kind of a phase because I definitely went through that a little bit. Like
me too. We went through that with each other.
With each other's birthdays.
We used to
Kaehla and I have this thing where if it's her birthday and we go out, I black out. And if it's my birthday and we go out, she blacks out.
Yeah. Maybe not the case anymore, but like it definitely was. We would make jokes about that back in the day. Yeah, but that was funny to us. Like, and it wasn't funny in the sense that like we were joking about it. We were actually doing it too. So it was like really unhealthy for us. But like the memes, that's what we keep saying to each other. The memes. So yeah, people would just get like jealous or uneasy, and it would like escalate so badly that it was not even.
That it ruins the night at the end.
It ruins the night, and it honestly ruins your life. Like we've had cases after cases of people getting into trouble with the law. Like when you're normalizing that, you're not in a good place. Like,
right.
I don't want to speak for you, Steph, but like that's how I see it. Cause like you're just surrounded by that. It's just not.
It's just a negative energy, like any way you look at it.
Yeah, it was not healthy. And like at the time, I think we wanted the best for ourselves, like going a little bit off of drinking, but like we wanted to, let's say, find love, but we were going about it just such the wrong way and looking at it the wrong way. And and it just like caused so many like issues. Like it just added so much drama and
unneeded stress, honestly.
And we were just so unsafe. Like not
like that, but
not in love, but like just the fact that we would like roam around and we would probably lose our phone. I don't know. I don't think we did.
No, we never left our phone. We were as smart as we could be. We weren't like dumb.
Yeah. But like when you're blacked out, you don't know what happens. Honestly, actually, this is what I wanted to get into was there was one time where I legit blacked out for 12 hours. And Stephanie was there with me the whole time, most of the time. So like I like went home with her and everything, but I
So
swear
at least
that
one of us was sane.
yeah, but I think something happened somewhere along the way. I think a drink was spiked, if you know what I'm
For
saying.
you.
Yeah, for me only because no one blacks out for that like for that long. Maybe, once in a while you're like, I kind
But
of
we
remember what happened.
but we kind
But
of like drank the same stuff. And granted, like I
but
do think that my tolerance is a little bit higher, but I'm with you. Like we drank the same stuff. We were at the same places.
yeah, it was too insane to be like, no. I to this day, well, I thought that maybe it was possible. And then at one point I questioned like maybe I was roofied. I don't know. But then I was like, you know what? I probably was just drunk, whatever. Then I was talking to Mark, which is Stephanie's boyfriend. And because we were watching You, which is like a totally going on to the toxic train, like, why are we so obsessed with that show? Why are we so obsessed
know.
with people like that? Why do we want to watch that happen? Like, that was kind of the conversation we had. And I was like, it's weird that like this moment happened. And he was like, yeah, that's not like a normal drunk. And I realized that I was you were kind of like talking to a guy. So why would he like consistently? So why would he do anything to your drink? But I was single. So like anybody who wanted to talk to me or pursue me could have just slipped something in to my drink specifically. It could have so easily happened the way that we were like rallying and stuff
And
too.
going so many different places.
And we're
So
like,
regardless of if that actually happened, it's definitely like a possibility.
yeah,
So
it's
stay
like
safe out there,
scary.
friends.
Like, so people take care of yourselves because like once you're drunk, like you first of all don't have control of yourself, but like stuff can happen. And like luckily I was with my friends, but there's a point in the night where I did lose them and I was texting them to like meet me at this bar. And then we ended up like seeing old friends, like reconnecting, whatever. And then they turn out to have my phone the next day. Like
And we meet at a Cracker Barrel. So
we
it's
meet at a
just,
Cracker Barrel to get my phone. Like it was like stuff that my mom's gonna listen to this and be like, oh my God, like probably, but like stuff like that can happen to anybody. So like just always have someone with you, first of all, and always just like don't get to that point. Nice. This is in the video. Love it. Oh my gosh. We just have Mark with his like underwear sticking out in the back. It's fine.
Mark.
No, we love him.
Candy canes and go away.
We love him. We love him. So it just like the point is that like do what you have to do. Go through what you have to go through, but like just be aware that you're gonna have to suffer the consequences sooner or later, and it's scary.
But I mean, I don't know. I think part of this is all like phases. Like you have to grow up and like have those nights where you drink
Right.
too much because then you realize your limit, you realize what you don't want to do again. But you
Right.
have to know to do it in a safe way. So
Yeah.
be around multiple people, go to places you
That you
trust, you
trust.
know,
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
your own stuff like pregame so you don't have to drink that much out and then have this stuff happen. You know, there's like so many ways that you can do this.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Just thinking
Don't
back.
drive, you know, all the stuff that everybody knows. It's like actually do it.
I was
Don't
gonna
think that
say
it won't happen to you.
people know, but will they listen? Probably not. But we
Will they
can't tell
pull
you
it
what to
into
do.
action?
But it
Yeah.
will. It's more of if you don't listen, it will happen sooner or later. It's not if, but when. You
Yeah, you're not
know.
immune to it. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're never immune to it. So anyway, we had such a rough past college experience, but it made us who we are. Whatever. And I would say that the last couple of years, well, for you it came a little bit earlier, for me it came a little later. The last couple of years we really have like grown so much and just like realized that those like toxic moments we don't need to settle for. Like those people we don't need to settle for. Like it's really not oh my gosh, I just have to learn how to deal with this. You really
yeah.
you really can get out of it, but you have to work
and
really hard.
It might take a little longer, or maybe you don't know how to get out
Yeah.
of it at the time, but your goal should just be to get out of it. So whatever means necessary, like you'll figure it out.
Exactly. Like it's going to be so rough, but when it happens on the other side, it's like,
It's like a
oh my
breath of
God.
fresh air.
Oh my God. Like it just like
Like when I look back from like 4 years ago to now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like
yeah.
moons ahead. And I'm so like internally happy. And that's something that you like can't replace, you know?
It's just like we used to look at friends who like settled down early as like, oh my God, they're wasting their life or something. But it was totally not like that. It was more of they've
Like,
realized what they want and what they need in their life and they go
and
for
they
it.
were happy in that. So that
Yeah.
they like made that a priority.
Now we don't know what will happen in 20 years. I hope you're still happy, you know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our friends who did settle down early will be, but like we had to go through the mess to find what we really wanted.
Yeah.
And it's
Because everybody's different. So some people need to experience certain things to find that happiness.
I have a question for you, and I'm gonna kind of like lead off the free spirit segment with it because
Okay.
I'm intrigued to hear your perspective. And then this is one of those things where we haven't obviously discussed this beforehand. So this is me authentically
Yeah, I have
asking you.
no idea what she's about to
Yeah.
ask.
So I wanna be
I'm scared.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And I'll be transparent as well. So with your current relationship, what was that moment, that action that you were like, I see it in the background. Tell him to go
Yes, he's
away.
staring right at me. Can you
Go
leave
away.
the room?
Okay,
I need
fine.
to talk about you authentically.
Well, actually though, he'll make sure you're telling the truth. No, but what did you say to him? Or what was like the thing that was like, this is serious. We're either doing this or we're not. Or like, how did it come to be where you were just like done with all the BS in the past and you're like, this is a real thing that I see going forward?
Yeah, so I think people with like relationships, especially at this age, play like a lot of games. You know, it's kind of like a chasing game. It's, oh, I want you, but I still want to see what's out there, blah, blah, blah. So all of this toxic stuff in the past, like being with different people and realizing like what I want, what I don't want. When I met Mark, I was kind of like, well, I'm trying to think. This was 2018. So I had just gotten out of like a toxic situation with some people. So I had freshly gotten out of that. And Mark had been single for a little while, like close to a year, I think. So when we met, we were roommates. We met, we hit it off. So I was kind of like, I showed that I was interested and he showed me he was interested, but he was also, he had his reservations because he was kind of like in the period that we were in where we were going out, we were going downtown, whatever. Like he was having that moment because he didn't really have that yet. Right? Am I on the right track? Perfect.
Yeah, he can make sure you're telling the truth.
He gave me the thumbs up, so it's true. So so yeah, so after that, so we kind of like we knew that we were interested in each other, but we just didn't know if we were gonna like take it to the next step, you know? So then at one point, like we kind of had that talk, like, okay, so what are, you know, is this gonna happen, whatever? And he told me, he's like, you know, you're great, but I just like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't want to hurt you type of thing. And I literally went, okay, cool. Wiped my hands of it. And I just like kept doing what I was doing. Cause like, I'm over the point where I'm going to like cry about things. I'm like, I have so much going on in my life. I'm good. I'll figure it out. I have so much.
You were like,
you know,
okay, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go my separate way. If it's not
yeah.
going to be
Or
a
I
real
was
thing.
just like, okay, cool. Like it doesn't bother me that much, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I know I deserve,
gotcha.
I know I deserve someone who will come into my life. So if this isn't it, totally cool. I'm cool with that. You have to learn just to let stuff go. Like things don't always work out the way that you think they're going to work out. And that's okay. That's life. So fast forward 2 weeks later after this, after this incident. And then he comes around and I think we were a little bit intoxicated, to be honest, but he was like, hey, you know, I actually like, I really do care about you. I don't want to see you with anybody else. And then from there we were like, all right. So but he told me like to this day, he said like one of the coolest things about that whole situation and one of the reasons that he was so attracted to me at the time was because I was like, when he told me, okay, I don't think we should do this, I was like, cool. Like, we can still be friends. I don't mind. I have a million things going on. I have my job, my school, I have all this. So like, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, like,
Yeah.
So I think that just goes to show, like, if something doesn't work out, don't let that affect you. Don't let that affect your peace. Whatever that was meant to happen, then keep moving on. Because if you're going to sit there and cry about it and like, oh, why doesn't he want me? Why doesn't this happen? That's not going to get you anywhere. That's just going to make you look pathetic, to be honest. So just do what you got to do and just keep going. And the right people will come in at the right time. And he saw that. He saw that, okay, she's independent. She can handle this. And that's what was attractive. So.
And then, wait, 2 weeks later, sorry, back up again. Sorry, let me take this in again. 2 weeks later, he was like,
after he said, I don't think we should do this. I don't think we should be together. He realized I was fine. I was hanging out still. I was still friends with him, like whatever. It's not going to affect my peace. And then he said, okay, yeah, I want to be with you.
There we go.
Because you're independent, you're cool, and I don't want to see you with anybody else.
I feel like we need to like repeat that moment because people will literally settle for they'll be those people that are wishy-washy. They'll be like, okay, cool, we can be friends. And then
or they'll make it into a toxic situation. They'll be like, oh, well, you don't want to be with me, so I'm not even going to like talk to you. Or like, we're not, whatever. Like, people don't have to be into you. You're not entitled to that, So
right.
Everybody's life is different. So however it plays out, just be happy in that moment, like if it didn't work out for you, there's probably a reason, and who knows, it could be for the best. So
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. So, I mean, to piggyback off of that, obviously we're in the segment where we answer the same question. So I feel like we didn't really talk about this, and definitely not with the listeners. But yeah, it's kind of similar situation. It was very toxic beforehand. I had this moment where in the past situationship or whatever you want to call it, I was just like, okay, like I'm over this. It's not gonna progress. It's not gonna go anywhere. We can still be friends, whatever. That guy got mad because friends meant I'm barely gonna pay any attention to you because I'm gonna move on with other things in my life. And then mutual friends, Parker and I just were always together. Like, our friends were always in the same place. And I mean, it wasn't like a meant to be situation or anything like that. I guess he had already had his eyes on me in prior occasions, which we joke about because we have pictures together where he's like, yeah, I literally was like, who's that girl in that dress? And we take a picture together. And to me, I'm like, well, I'm tired of the situation I'm in. I'm just going to hang out with my friends. They're all guys. Like,
like, I'm telling you, apparently people notice you when you're not trying.
I was planting the seed, apparently.
And you didn't even know it.
There was definitely some intoxication involved, but when we started the quarantine, like March 2020, basically we established that, there's something more there. And I looked him dead in the eye, and I'm skipping some parts, but I looked him dead in the eye and I was like, there's way too much at stake here. Like, if you're not serious about this, then we're not doing this. Because I've had enough of the whole.
Yeah, you went through your own games with people.
I had to like literally go through all the phases of like, I got out of a long-term relationship, and then I'm like practicing just getting out there, and then there were like the one night stands. Sorry, mom. I don't think my dad's listening to this, but whatever.
Had a couple things in there.
I think they already kind of assume everything anyway. They're like my age. So I'm just kidding. And then I had this period of like, okay, let me just see what happens if I'm not in a relationship, because I know I can't have that. I don't want that. But like one guy for like a friends with benefits thing, oh, I don't like this. This is definitely, it still hurts. I had a couple of those, and then like another, like it just was not, I was over that. I was like, okay, like obviously I'm like a one person only me, exclusive sort of thing. And I was like, Parker, like, we're either serious or we're not ever like speaking about this again. And then he was like, okay, like, let's just go for it. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, it's that easy? You just like tell someone
you have
exactly
to be
what you want?
direct. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. You have to tell people what you want.
You can't have people guess because they're not going to know. You have to be so like direct and say like, this is what I expect from you. Can you meet this? You know, and
And if
obviously
you
they'll
don't,
expect stuff from you too, and that's fine.
yeah.
But you know, you have to lay this all out on the table. And if it's not going to work, choose to do it then. Choose to cut it off right then. Because I know this from experience. It does not help to wait for it, hoping it would change.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help to like think like, oh, this will change a certain way. If it's not fitting your needs.
And also like also still give it like one moment at a time. Don't try to rush things. Don't try to be like, yeah, like I'm literally trying to get married right now. Like that's the last thing people want to hear.
It's a balance,
people. It's about like, okay, I'm gonna give you this shot, but like we're gonna take it seriously, and then we're just gonna see how it goes. I think that was
and
like
we're
the
gonna
best
work
thing.
towards like the same goal.
The same goals.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter about the
thing.
timing, but you have to consciously be working towards the same thing.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, we're running out of time here because like we're both working today. So we went through the first question, but the second question was a listener advice question, which is so exciting. So if you guys have anything for us,
first advice question.
Yeah, please put this in because honestly, this one was really fun to like kind of look over. So this one person said, I have a best friend who broke up with her boyfriend not too long ago. And it's been a few months. She's moved on, but the best friend's ex asked me out. What do I do?
Oh, honey, no.
I want Stephanie to start this off.
Okay, so personal experience has happened to me. That's a hard no. That is a hard no from me. I don't even understand what goes through people's minds. Like, if you dated somebody and their best friend, like you guys break up and then you ask out that best friend, like in what world does that work? I mean, I guess there is some.
I mean, in some worlds,
otherwise people wouldn't ask, right? I'm sure there's some like sketchy people out there, but that's a hard no for me. Especially, maybe if you're not friends with that person anymore, because I've seen that happen, and then it's kind of a gray area. Like, okay, you're not friends, whatever. But if you're still best friends with that person, no, like, doesn't even matter like whether or not you're attracted to them. Absolutely not.
I think also it has to do with like how long you've been dating. Like if it was like a fling or a crush
or whatever, if it was like a 4-year commitment. Yeah.
Like obviously you want to like talk about it with your friend first and foremost, like see what the situation is there. Like it's never easy like to have that conversation, but if you're best friends then you should be definitely having that conversation. And then if they've been dating a long time, I mean, from my perspective, if the best friend really felt like there was a connection there, I would be happy for my best friend first and foremost. But my reaction would be, if that guy fucks with you in any way, I will slit his throat. Like that's my thoughts. So I love that. So that's how I would go about it. But you obviously need to like check in with your best friend and see what's going on. Hold on.
That just sounds like so many layers of complication. I don't even, unless you really.
Let me take this call. I want to make sure it's not someone calling early. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to stop the recording real quick. Okay. I'm just going to pick up where we left off. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure I wasn't like missing one of my things. So yeah. 12:20. So we have 10 minutes.
Crap. What was I going to say?
Anyway, check in with your best friend. That's first and foremost.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So I just think there's so many layers of complication there, unless you truly like feel a strong connection to this person, in which case it goes back to what you're saying. Like you can have this conversation with your best friend and, you know, hopefully she'll give you a blessing if she's no longer into this guy. But it's just, no, there's just so many layers of complication. You don't want to put yourself into a toxic situation because now you're at risk of losing your best friend.
Also,
And
too, yeah, why did they break up in the first place?
right, there's
So
obviously a reason. And
you're
why
gonna
would
put
you
yourself into
risk
that?
a friendship that you still have, that you still love your friend? Why would you risk
Yeah.
this for a guy that's like
I've
dirt?
definitely
Like, I don't understand.
I've definitely seen some situations where apparently they're working out. I don't know them personally, but I've heard stories of those things working out. So it really is conditional.
Yeah.
But like
It's like
your
a
best friend comes first. That's
yeah,
always your best friend comes
right.
first. So anyway, let's go into the third thing because obviously calls are coming in. So
Last question.
last question. Let me load it here. Okay, so um Stephanie, this is such a fun one.
What is it?
What
Hit me.
what should I do if I see an ex at the bar?
Is this just like, are you with somebody new at said bar, or are you just by yourself at this bar? I need clarification.
Let's pretend, let's just like go, what if it's
like,
one
do
way,
both.
what if it's the other? Yeah.
Okay. So if you're by yourself at the bar and you see your ex, I mean, again, it's situational. Did you end on good notes? Was it a mutual split? Did someone do something bad? There's so many different layers to this, but assuming it was like not like a terrible split, I would just like smile, maybe say hi, and then just go along with your business. Like, you don't owe them a conversation to sit there and be like, oh, how's your family? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it no longer relates to you, I would just like be cordial, be polite, obviously, be like, hey, how are you? How you been? But then keep going. Like, you were there for a reason. Maybe you're with some friends. So don't make that the be all and end all of your night now. Just keep it moving. If you were with somebody new, though, like let's say you're dating somebody else and you're with your new boyfriend or new girlfriend, and then you see your ex at the bar, I think it's pretty much the same. Like, be cordial, just be like, hey, how you doing? This is so and so. I would introduce your new person because we're all adults here. I don't think there should be like drama, like they've moved on, you've moved on, so it's like, hey, this is my new boyfriend, this is my new girlfriend. Yeah, but again, like, unless they're trying to I've had this happen to me, clearly. And unless they're trying to like have a conversation and keep this going way past its due date, I would just, be like, hey, we're kind of here, like, we're on this date or whatever. We're trying to have our own time, but it was really nice to see you. I'll catch you later.
I think I agree completely because so it can happen at any point, apparently. So
well, especially if you're in the town that we're in or I'm in, because
or like anywhere,
see everybody somewhere,
or like New York or Florida.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, you're just like doing your own thing. So why even stress about it? Just like say hi, be polite, but like don't make it more than that. Don't like text them, oh, it was nice to see you, or something like that. Like,
yeah,
if you were like, I'd not even.
Well, people that do that, I feel like they're doing it to get attention, right? They're doing it to like draw attention to this meeting and stuff. But it's like, hey, we've moved on.
Like, I have friends.
You don't have to be mean, but like, I don't owe you a conversation. Like, I have my own thing going on.
Like, I have friends that like I used to go out with because girls are kind of catty. So like all my guy friends were guys, but like they're like, hey, what are you doing? Like, and I'll be like, oh, we're gonna like come out here, whatever, join. But like if there's some sort of past, I'd be like, it was nice to see you, but I'm not gonna like invite you. Like, I'm not gonna be more friendly than I need to be.
And
it's
hopefully
just, like,
they respect that, because again, like, we're adults. Like, what I've really learned like this whole time is like, who cares what people think? Who cares? Like, if something feels right to you and like you don't want to hang out with somebody, say that, like, be authentic, because at the end of the day, there's so much lying and deceit in this world. Like, we need a couple more real people, so just be honest with your feelings. Like, if you don't want to hang out with somebody, be like, hey, it was so nice to see you, but like, I'm gonna go hang out with these people. Hope you can understand that.
Yeah.
Or just, and if people are catty or toxic about it, nah.
I can't even do that.
Wait, why do you look like Popeye with your eye like that?
It's probably because like Popeye is my guy. Oh, I miss our friend. Anyway, this was a fun episode. like super quick. We have to run. We're in the middle of a work day right now. So but thank you
Coming
so
at you
much.
live.
It was really fun though. Just kind of like changing it up a little bit. I think it stemmed from a natural conversation. So it's not like we're like straying away from our usual, but I like that we can like get into different deep talks and people
Yeah.
are getting into it. So
All of
thank
our
you.
ideas for our episodes, by the way, are like real interactions that Kayla and I had. Like when she came down here last week, obviously we hung out quite a bit, and this is where this topic came from. We were talking about like toxic stuff from our past, and we're
Yep.
like, you know what? Other people need to hear this because they're probably going through the same thing.
They're
So,
I mean, judging by the way, not to say, oh my God, we're so much better now, but like judging by the way that I look around and I see everybody still dealing with these things, like
yeah.
observing
Well,
them
it's
dealing
life
with them.
stuff. It's not even like
Yeah. I feel
people
like
deal with this in
someone
their
will
40s.
need
I
to
feel
hear
like
it.
it's just
Yeah,
relative.
someone out there needs to hear it.
Yeah.
But just like be authentic to yourself, and then surround yourself with authentic people, and it takes time and it takes work. So anyway,
But you'll get
thank
there.
you. Thank you so much. I'm going to, oh, by the way, um, I'm going to put my like at social media handles on our show notes because I made TikTok mad with this wedding I went to last week. We didn't get to talk about it, but I made TikTok mad because I didn't do my toes for a wedding, and the internet went crazy. So I find
So
that
help her
super
get those views up.
hilarious. I mean, it's at like 76,000 now. Like,
What?
yeah, the
That's
internet's
crazy on
like they're
one
so
video.
mad. Yeah, they're so mad about it. So go look at it. It was super not a big deal, and people made it a big
Is that
deal.
on your Instagram?
No, it's on TikTok. So
Okay.
get on TikTok, guys.
Link
And
it.
TikTok's way better than Instagram. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, but not sorry. So anyway, we will catch you on the next episode. This is Are We Having Fun?
Catch you on the flip.
Flop. Just kidding. Anyway, I think it's funny how we're gonna do Happy Dad because then we can make a joke about like now we're gonna talk about toxic our toxic past and like wait, that's not how I wanted to go into it.
Yeah.
And now
wait.
now we're going to talk about happy dads and what it's like to get out of toxic situations. That's what I meant to say.
There you go.